we're talking about our performance pad and rotor combination. One of the key elements in preparing these for optimal result is the bedding process. Some people take this for granted that you're going to go and put these on your vehicle. You're going to do the same thing that you would do within the other pads, do some runs around the parking lot, do a little bit down the street, and a few brake applications, and you're good to go. Technically, they'll work. They're brake pads, these are rotors, it'll work. But if your intention of doing this upgrade is to have the optimal level performance meeting the most stopping power, you must do the bedding properly. Bedding, more than burnishing, bedding is the process of doing a transfer layer from the pad, from the friction compound, to the rotor surface, and ensuring that the two are properly mated. This gives you the optimal level of torque, stopping power. Rotors like these, because they are beefy, they take a lot more energy. You've got to have a lot more energy go into the disc. This also conditions the rotor. Another thing happens there. It preps the rotor for what it'll see down the road. If you do a track day and it sees an extreme heat situation, it's already seen it once. It's been through that cycle. It's not new ground for it. Same with the pads. The burnishing process allows them to seat properly. The transfer layer is there. Everything works together in tandem perfectly. To get that with this type of setup, you need to get the right amount of energy in. The full brake procedure is on raybestosracing.com. But in essence, you're going to do stops that are much more, let's say, progressive and extreme than you would with a traditional pass car vehicle. You're doing some of the routine stuff like the 45 to 10 stops, 5 to 10 stops like that, brake intervals, but then you're going to go up to 60, 70 miles per hour, do some brake intervals there with some hard stops following, some cool down, and inspection of the brake process, the pads and the rotors. At any point in time, if you see any type of, through the process, upon inspection, post-inspection, after you follow the procedure, any type of buildup that doesn't look uniform on the face of the rotor, that means you probably haven't done it correctly. You haven't got enough energy in the disc. You've created kind of smudgy areas. These areas are basically high and low transfer layers. So the high and low transfer layers will mean that you're going to have less than optimal surface coverage, and you may even get judder from that type if it's an extreme situation. We don't want that. We want to avoid it from the get-go. So doing the bedding procedure properly from the start is absolutely essential to achieving optimal performance out of this kit. I look at the kit as a borderline racing type of kit. In professional motorsport, you're always going to do this with your race vehicles, whether it's done on track or with a dyno and they're prepped in the lab prior to that being put on the car. This is an absolutely essential part of getting the optimal result from your brake package.